Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the start of episode 34 today. My name is Barry Fair. Thank you for joining me here today for this Monday, the 3rd of July. I hope that you've had a good weekend. Well, today, the story of Vegemite continues on episode 34. And if you'd like episode 33 on Friday, well, you're gonna love episode 34. Episode 34 continues with Vegemite, and also today we're gonna be talking about peanut butter and how it originated too. So a big episode coming up for you today on episode 34. Well, I won't keep this intro very long, so the time is coming up to 7 o'clock here on Monday morning, and I hope that you've all had a good weekend. So Sydney's weather will be cloudy today. We may get some rain, but you never know with Sydney weather. So I'm gonna take a break and come back to you a bit later. This is Barry Fair. The time is coming up to 7 o'clock. It's Monday, the 3rd of July. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 34 now. Thanks for joining me here on this Monday afternoon. And today we're going to recap Vegemite and getting ready for performance and practicing. We'll get on to practicing in a moment, but if you liked our Vegemite episode on Monday, well, look up on that now. So just recapping, Vegemite is a salty spread, and it is used on sandwiches, in soups, in casseroles, you name it. You can use it on anything, but don't use too much, guys, as it can spoil the flavor. Okay, so Vegemite, guys, go ahead and buy a jar of it today, and I'm just pause that. So that's basically the story of Vegemite. I don't need to repeat myself about that, but closing the Vegemite chapter. Okay, now it's time to move on to practicing before a performance. Here's Beta now. Good afternoon to you, and Nat, good afternoon to you.
Thank you, Barry. Good afternoon. It's nice to be here with you this afternoon on this very chilly Monday.
Yep, so practicing before a performance, guys. Okay, it's no good not knowing your lines and your speeches. Here's Beta now for her opening sequence on this.
Yes, hi Barry. Good afternoon, everybody watching. It's a very important topic that we're talking about this afternoon, especially with our upcoming performance at Bridgetine College. of please can we do something different. And so we were talking a bit last week about the importance of rehearsing, and we'll just do a little recap as to some of the top 5 reasons as to why it's important to rehearse. One of them being, Barry, so you know all your lines and you feel confident on the night when you're performing. Did you want to talk to that a little bit, Barry?
Yeah, because, okay, we're performing at your very best. Because remember, you've got a lot of people out there coming to watch you perform, and they pay good money for a ticket. And also, don't let them down by making a complete mockery of yourself, okay? Because they will be let down and they won't want to come to the next performance that you're in. Also, control your nerves as well. That's another thing, okay? But practicing, guys, you really have to be on your game for this. And Nat, do you agree?
Totally agree with you there, Barry. And like you said about calming your nerves. So if you do feel a bit nervous, maybe you can do some breathing exercises before you go on. So that was great advice, Barry.
So also, guys, okay, before the performance and rehearsal, have a meeting with the people that are performing. Make sure you arrange for the performers to be at the venue 2 hours beforehand, like we will be. So we probably would have to be there at 3 o'clock to go over everything, have a good rehearsal, and then it will be showtime. Another thing we discussed last week was the accessibility of the venue. That's most important. Is there now?
Yeah, so one of the things that we factored in, and the reason why we had to change our venue a couple of times, was for easy accessibility for wheelchairs. Most venues only have a very small, if any, capacity for wheelchair users, and we knew that a lot of our clients who are performing have lots of friends who are also in wheelchairs that would love to have attended and couldn't last time. So this time we have found a wonderful hall as part of Bridgerdean College, just up the street here at St Ives, which is completely accessible for all, and we're looking very forward to that.
I'm sure I correct you. We are looking forward to that.
Yes, we are. We really are. And also the stage was something that we forgot to talk about, but the stage is easily accessible. We had some difficulties last time, but it seems to be much easier for the performers as well to be able to access all the parts of the stage with safety and with ease. So, yeah, that's a very positive thing. Back to you, Barry.
And also, don't pull out a week before the performance unless you've got a legitimate reason, because like if you pull out 5 days before the performance, you are not only letting yourself down but the rest of the cast down. So have a good legitimate reason for pulling out of the performance. You may have to pull out because you've been not well enough to perform and you haven't got better in time, okay, don't just not turn up to the performance. Here's Vader now.
Yeah, look, I mean, sometimes these things can't be helped, but you know, on the whole, we've been rehearsing for over a year now for these performances because they mean a lot to not only the clients but the staff here as advocates for disability and inclusion, and especially in our local area. So we have put a lot of time and effort. It's every Thursday and some extra Monday rehearsals for the last year and a bit. And
So, now, when I say don't pull out a week before the performance, it's because you've worked pretty hard for this performance, okay? And you can't afford to be sick 5 days beforehand, okay? We know that it's hard and things get out of hand, but guys, like I said, you could be nervous or anxious or things like that. So, the tips we'd like to give to you today about preventing being anxious or to prevent yourself being anxious is relax, talk to someone, take some deep breaths, okay, discuss what's going to work on the day, how it's going to work, and write a few points down, do some homework. Here's Vader.
yeah, they're all very, very good points to make, Barry, and good reminders for everyone who's about to perform or leading up to a performance or leading up to a performance. Another good thing to remember is also your nutrition leading up to a performance and eating healthy things to get you prepared and to combat any kind of illness that might be coming your way, something to perhaps pick up your immune system and keep you well and feeling good. Did you want to talk to that a little bit, Barry?
Okay, the diet before a performance, guys, is really important. Don't fill up on junk food, guys. You need something nutritious to pick yourself up, like a bowl of nice soup to get you through that and boost your energy. Okay, have a good breakfast, good lunch, have some good healthy snacks, that sort of thing. And for the drinks, guys, remember, your drinks are important because if you drink Coke and alcohol, it's not going to hydrate you well. Here's Vader now.
Yeah, look, one of the things you need when you're performing is your voice, isn't it? Especially if you've got lines and things to do, and some singing, perhaps, you never know. So some of the great things for that are simply the old H2O, coconut water, apple or orange juice would be nice. What else can you think of, Barry, that might be good for the voice?
Orange juice, because you need to have orange juice because with the winter coming up, guys, well, we are in winter, okay? Have good, fresh, healthy food that could get you, keep your immune system working well, and maybe get some throat lozenges, okay, in case you do get a tickle in the throat, guys, and maybe have a COVID test as well each day, because there is a lot of COVID going around still at this moment. Here's Nat now.
Thanks for that, Barry. You've got some really, really important points, and I heard you talking about your good food and nutrition. That's also very important. There's one more thing that can prevent some people getting tired or unwell, and that's sleep. A good amount of rest and sleep. Maybe you want to go into that.
Okay, thanks, Natalie. Yes, sleep is very important before before a performance, and even a couple of nights, days before the performance. You don't want to be lying awake all night feeling nervous. Okay, go to bed early, say like 8:30 or 8 o'clock or something, read in bed, get to sleep at about 9 o'clock, but don't stay up late at night watching television and thinking, oh no, I'm not going to be alert for the performance tomorrow or whenever it is. Because sleep, guys, is the most important thing. Don't lie awake thinking about what tomorrow, the next day will bring, on the day after that. Guys, you have to be well prepared for your performance. Because remember, like I've just said at the start of this program today, performing at your best, because remember, there are lots of people coming to perform and watch you and support you, so make them proud. Here's Brenda now.
Yeah, it's all those tips are just fabulous, and you know, you can employ a couple or you can employ one or none. You might have some of your own as well, listeners out there. But these are really handy tips for performing. Also, I think it's important, something that we haven't touched on yet. It's important to remember that we're a very big cast, and you have lots of friends, I guess, that you make when you become part of a big group, of a performance group like ours, the Performing Hearts, and we all are here and to support each other and to assist each other and get us through the maybe the anxiety or the nerves that we're feeling, because we're all kind of feeling it. And Barry, did you want to talk a little bit about perhaps the backstage side of things and how that works?
Well,
Like what kinds of things we've got in the back as we wait, as we're preparing, things like that.
okay, it's really important to make sure you know which entrance you're going in. So guys, please do remember, and another thing before we wrap up the show today, because we're almost out of time, okay? Be on time for your rehearsals, okay? That's really important, guys. Okay, don't let the cast down, and have a good performance, guys, and just make people proud. And this is where I'd like to end today's show. And thank you very much for joining us on episode 34 today. Thank you for your company, and we'll see you next time. And remember, Triple O, don't use it for trivial, stupid issues, please. here's Vera and Nat for their closing message on this.
Thank you so much, Barry, for inviting me in today. It's been lovely to have a chat with you and your audience and Vita. And I appreciate your time and all your really good information and suggestions to your followers out there. So, yeah, thank you.
000, don't ring that number for stupid, trivial issues. Please do not do that. Here's Vera now for her closing message.
Yeah, so it's been a great show today, Barry. Thanks for having us. Look, as always, we close the show with the same very important message, and that is to really think twice before calling 000, as there are some people in our communities that really do need the service, the 000 ambulance or police or fire service, because it's a life-threatening in a life-threatening situation that they may find themselves in. So someone like Barry, for example, explained to me the other day that if the ambulance can't come to pick him up from the house, he can't actually get himself to the hospital because he doesn't drive, and he needs the assistance of an ambulance officer or two and their van to get him to the hospital to receive the support he needs. So, you know, that's one example of if you perhaps have an accident or something happens to you and you are able to be driven to the hospital, or you can drive yourself rather than calling 000. If it's not an emergency or life-threatening situation, then please consider that and make the right choice.
Because the wrong call that you make the 000 while 000 can actually track you down, the suburb that you call from, your phone number, and the police will be sent to your location and you can be fined. So guys, that's it for episode 34 today. Thanks for your company and we'll see you next week
Lovely.
for another jam-packed episode. And I will be back on Friday again to bring another episode to you. I don't know who I'll have on the show, but stay tuned for episode 35 coming up later in the week. So until then, guys, have a great Monday afternoon, and if you're not well, guys, stay home. If you've got COVID, isolate. And that's where I must end the show there. I'm Barry Fear. Thanks for your company today. See you next time round. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was amazing, Barry.
Amazing.
Wasn't that fun?
That's me.
Yeah, we did.